morning, everybody. It is so good to see you today. Kind of a special episode of Zoo EDventures from the North Carolina Zoo today. My name is Steve. I'm an educator here at the North Carolina Zoo. Who's behind the camera?
Megan.
It's good to see you today, Megan.
You too.
Thanks. You know where we're going?
No.
We're going to give you all a preview of Zoofari. What is Zoofari? It's a drive-through experience of our Watani Grasslands habitat. Now, transparency. Megan and I are going to be in the back of a truck because the Zoofari trucks aren't running yet. We're taping this in February, airing it in March. The Zoofari experience opens at the end of March. But we thought, you know what? Let's go out and let you all see what you might be able to see on a Zoofari experience at the zoo. It's a neat little thing you can do on your next visit to us at the North Carolina Zoo. Enough talking. Are you all ready to go out? Megan, are you ready to go out?
Yeah.
Let's do this. So one of the animals you can definitely see while you're out on Zoofari is the Adra gazelle. Stunning animals, but kind of a neat story. They don't really fit a grasslands habitat. Look at the color. White with kind of a rusty color. This is a sub-Saharan desert critter. But with the success the North Carolina Zoo has had in breeding a lot of hoof stock, they thought, you know what, let's see what we can do with the Adra gazelle because they are critically endangered species. Long legs, neat colors, big ears, all those wonderful adaptations for dissipating heat. They were brought to the North Carolina Zoo to breed, and look at this. Did it work? Well, you tell me. There you go. Different color. Baby's a little more tan. Caleb, how old's the one that's running away there?
The one that's running away? Well, she was born back in December. That is Findy. So she is just about 2 months at this point.
2 months at this point. Very cool. And gotta love the color. Oh, and here's a rhino coming. When you're on Zoofari, you never know what's going to happen. And we had a rhino coming interrupt. We're talking about Adra right now. We can talk about you again later. But that's the experience you can get while you're on Zoofari. You have the Adra out here, you have other antelope, and then who knows what animals are going to come visit with you while you're on the Zoofari experience at the North Carolina Zoo. That again, Adra in front, oh, 2-month-old baby. Rhino's coming to visit again on our Zoofari preview. Now this is a similar type of experience. Now again, Megan and I are in the back of a truck bringing this to you. The Zoofari is just simply not running yet. But how about this shot? So you're looking at Mgoo right there. Mgoo is now, how old's Mgoo?
Magoo is turning 4.
4? Golly. And behind there, or now, yes, running on the left, that's Kit, that's Mom. So southern white rhinos, another great experience to see on the Zoofari. And the neat thing about Zoofari is you get to see the animals as you might on safari in Africa. These big open spaces the animals can run and navigate throughout as they wish. You see the herds hanging out individually, but tangentially together. And behind the rhinos here are fringe-eared oryx. But the southern white rhino tell an amazing story. Unfortunately, they are poached, killed illegally for those horns. And the horn is just a modified hair, believe it or not. Very fibrous, but it's literally a modified hair. But it is what leads to their destruction sometimes. Again, you have Kit on the left, Jojo on the right. I'm sorry, Mgoo on the right. But here's an example what the horn looks like. So Megan's got a shot too, but I've got one. I got the tip of one in my hand.
Well, I think she might have something to say.
Oh, you have something to say? What do you want to say to the Rhino? What do you want to say to our digital friends? Help us, come visit. Is that what you're saying? Again, Kit on the left. Goo on the right. Hi, Kit.
All
I mean,
right,
why talk? Why talk when there's rhinos right there, right?
Yeah.
I should be quiet.
Yeah. What you got to show us?
All right. This is the tip of a rhino's horn. You tell me where I need to be there, Megan.
You're good.
You're good? So this is the tip of one. It broke off, and if it breaks off, it's like a fingernail. It grows back. No problem at all. What it is literally, it's fiber. It's hair. It's keratin. Can you shoot to the inside of that? And unfortunately, people poach them, kill them illegally to harvest the horn. And nobody needs a rhino horn more than a rhino. This part, the horn, it's a multi-tool for them. It's a digger. It's for a shovel. It's looking for water. It's a symbol of status. It's a protection. It's literally a multi-tool is the rhino's horn. And nobody needs a rhino horn more than a rhino. So one of the things the North Carolina Zoo has done is trying to do anti-poaching work on these animals or for these animals. And that anti-poaching work is done as a software program called SMART. And if you've been with us for a while, you may have heard that phrase SMART in the past. The Spatial Monitoring and Reporting Tool. And what it is a software program. Rangers will take these really ruggedized handheld computers out in the field and they'll watch for wildlife. That's how it was designed originally. And you're looking for signs of wildlife. Signs of wildlife would include, dramatic pause for effect because you're supposed to be answering the question now, digital friends. Signs of wildlife would include
Kit just left some.
poop. I know you all hear Caleb said, she looks so proud. And there's some more. So yeah, so you're looking for signs of wildlife, looking for poop. You might be looking for tracks. Maybe you'll find rubbings. Maybe we'll find, who knows, right? There's a lot of different signs of wildlife. You would go back, form a map. But the really neat thing happened later when the people who were using SMART said, you know what? We can go around and look for signs of poachers as well. Signs of poachers would include what, digital friends? Did you say or think of car tracks where they shouldn't be? Did you think of snares? Maybe shotgun shells or even discarded weapons? Or, at the dramatic level, might be animal parts and pieces. So the rangers would go out, they'd find that, they'd put it onto these really cool handheld computers, just like this one. Take the machine back, plug it in when you get back to your ranger station, and zoom, it populates a map. And now on the map, I know where the poachers are. And so what do you do with your rangers? What do you do with your rangers after you have populated the map? You know where the poachers are. You get your rangers together and you send the rangers to where the poachers are. Now, you may not catch them, but you're going to keep them moving. And at least you can do that. SMART is being used in over 1,200 locations today. Many countries. Africa, it's even being used in Canada now, all over the place. Where it's being used, poaching activity is declining 60, 70, 80% in some places. And that tool, SMART, that software program, not the device, that software program was designed by staff at your North Carolina Zoo. Dr. Rich Burgle, Dr. Drew Cronin, huge in the development and deployment of that program. And what I think is really cool about it is that we can go into countries train the rangers on SMART, how it works, what you can do with it, how to input data, how to analyze the data. We can do the training, and then we leave. Nobody's going to care more about the wildlife in their proverbial backyard than those rangers. We don't need to do the work because the rangers are much more invested in the wildlife of their country than we could ever think to be. So that is an amazing thing that the zoo does, training the rangers in country to take care of their own wildlife. SMART, the spatial monitoring and reporting tool, anti-poaching work from the North Carolina Zoo. Megan, they're leaving.
Yeah, it's cold.
It is cold. As we mentioned at the beginning, we are filming this in February, so it's a little chilly. As a Zoofari primer, kind of what you guys can expect when you're out and about on Zoofari. Now, Megan and I are in the back of a truck, so this isn't quite the same experience. We don't have the Zoofari trucks out and about just yet, but we thought, you know what? Let's bring you all a Zoofari experience. This is what you can get during season. Zoofari will start at the end of March. It runs Thursdays through Sundays, 10, 11, and 12 o'clock. Those are the Thompson's gazelles, or Tommies. Am I allowed to have a favorite out here?
Sure.
I mean, the Rhinos are cool and all, but I like the Tommies a lot.
I just don't see why. I guess they're cute.
They are. They're small. They're cute.
Yeah.
I have a fun little personal story with a Tommy once. We were out filming something, and one came running so fast up towards me, and they said, "Oh, it's fine. He'll stop." I'm like, "When? When's he going to stop?" And yeah, they were right. He stopped about 15 feet, and then he walked up to me. I'm like, "All right, I can like you now." But the Thompson's gazelles are a tiny little gazelle found all across the plains of Africa, traveling herds in the tens of thousands sometimes. Neat coloration, great for hiding in the grasses. Lay down, they just look like a rock laying down on savannas. Bright black stripe on them, white bellies. Wonderful camouflage. It's hard to tell where one animal stops and one animal starts sometimes. Kind of like zebra in that way. So they look like one big, huge organism as they're running together. Predators are like, wait, I don't know what one to attack, which one to go for. Somebody has a nickname for the Thompson gazelle. What's the nickname we give them sometimes? You're going to say it, not me.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. How about that, y'all? Yeah, they see chicken nugget. Everybody wants to eat them.
And
everything
they're really
likes-
fast.
And it's fast food. Another little joke. Brought to you by your Zoo EDventures team, Steve and Megan. But yeah, this is an animal that's consumed by a lot of animals in Africa. The lions will eat them, jackals will eat them, hyenas will eat them, cheetahs will eat them. Large birds of prey will take small Thompson's gazelles. So it's a good thing there's so many of them. But traveling in those herds also is a benefit to protect against predation. Lots of eyes, lots of ears, paying attention to their surroundings. The Thompson's gazelle on Zoofari at the North Carolina Zoo. Southern white rhinos. A little bit of natural history for you. Horn, as you said, made of keratin. Sense of hearing, pretty good. Sense of eyesight, not so good. Sense of smell, incredible.
I'm glad you said their sense of smell is incredible because their actual smell isn't.
Ooh, yeah, I should have.
that
I
great.
couldn't have. They do smell like rhinos.
Yeah.
So that's what they are.
But their sense of smell is really good.
Sense of smell, very good. And they use that for a lot of purposes. Some I'm not going to tell you now. You'll have to learn when you come out on the Zoofari experience on your own. Look at the feet. How many toes? Can you show them how many toes?
Yep, we're looking at Abby's toes right now.
Count them. One of the best things about my experience, my job here, is that I've got experts all around me. Keeper Caleb holds up 3 fingers for me. Thanks, Kiefer Caleb. 3 toes. Sensitive skin. They get their name, Southern White. Oh, that's a great shot right there. Abby, stop. Abby. There you go. Thank you. She did not hear me. I don't think she did that on purpose. Look at that mouth. They get their name, White Rhino, is a mistake. When Europeans first came over, they were hearing a word that sounded like white. So they were saying, oh, they must be calling them the White Rhino. But actually the word in the language meant wide. So it was a misinterpretation of a word that means wide. They are the wide-lipped rhino. That's where that southern white rhino name comes from. It actually comes from a misunderstanding of the word that was being used to describe their mouth. How wide can it be? 12 inches. Yeah, their mouth can be a foot across. And as herbivores go, they are amazingly good at keeping the grasses cut back. Well, hello. We have another guest with us today. Ha. Hi, Brandon. Hey. You're fine. You stay down there. So Brandon it's a meet and greet. So we came out to visit with Brandon. He came out to meet Megan and myself through a society program, a North Carolina Zoological Society program. Brandon, you recommend Zufari?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Absolutely. This is nothing else like it.
Why is there nothing else like it, Brandon? What are you getting to do today?
Just taking these photos and being next to these rhinos up right next to them. It's crazy.
Easy to recommend the program?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Brandon. You get your shots. I'll leave you alone. So, yeah, during Zufari, you can now, again, we're in the back of a truck doing something a little bit different. We wanted to bring you kind of a Zufari preview. You will be in the back of a very large truck, comfy seats, experiencing the Watani Grasslands habitat from on the habitat. And who knows, maybe some of these very rhinos will come visit you if you get to take a Zufari tour. Fringe-eared oryx. It's kind of your first alert system in Africa. And there's a few of them out there, but this is an animal powerfully built. Look at that thick neck. Powerfully built animals, but they're going to run away from danger at the first sign of danger. They're going to get away. Why not? If you can, you should. Let's run away. Get away from danger, like they're doing now. Now the truck is in danger. We're not in danger, but we're still kind of new, different, unique. It's like, well, let's mosey away from the vehicle. I think one of the neat things about the fringe-eared oryx, look at the mask. Megan, can you see the mask?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why mask, digital friends? Why the mask?
They're trying to look like a raccoon.
They're trying to, what? They're trying to look like what? A raccoon?
Yeah, wrong continent.
Wrong,
Right.
yeah, across the board. Okay, digital friends, no, that's not right. What do you think, digital friends? Why the mask? What's the benefit? It's not a choice, right? What's the benefit of having that mask to the fringe-eared oryx? You also see it in the cheetah, see it a little bit in the Thompson's gazelle even. Ponder. These taped episodes are hard because I'm not sure what y'all are typing. Think about it. You've seen athletes with that eye black on. Yeah? It reduces the glare for them. And imagine if you're in the plain, the savannas, the grasslands of Africa, it might get a little bright. Anything that you can do to enhance your vision, especially as a prey item, will have to prove beneficial. And although they are large, powerful animals with those saber-like swords, rapier-like swords on top of their head. They're going to run away from danger, and they can become prey items. They can become dinner. So any advantage they can take to get away, they'll use. Fringe-eared oryx on the Zoofari experience. Now remember real quick that the Zoofari experience, Megan and I today are bringing it to you in February. I know we're airing it in March, but we're taping it in February. It'll be greener soon. And it's an awesome experience for you to come out. You get to come out onto habitat. There'll be a guide with you telling you some of these stories again. Different animals may be out. But it's a really cool experience to come out and experience the habitat in a unique way. The habitat we're on, the Watani Grasslands, 40 acres in size. Some zoos can fit in this one habitat. That's how big this space is. And I hope you've been able to pick some of that up on the videos that Megan's been giving you. It's a big place. So taking you as an in-person guest out on the habitat brings the wildlife that much closer to you. And maybe you can do it on your next visit to the North Carolina Zoo. Wow, right? Right? That is a really cool experience. Well, that kind of wraps us up for this. Yeah, we're done.
We can't be done, Steve. We didn't
Why?
talk about
No, not that one either. Megan, they have to come to get some of the experience. Right? Okay. She almost gave the rest of it away. So y'all, thank you so much for watching today. Your zoo adventures from the North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro, North Carolina, right smack dab in the middle of the state. Just as a reminder, Zoofari, an add-on, runs Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10, 11, and 12. 10 o'clock's the best one. Don't tell anybody. It's true. Y'all, thanks again so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed your kind of Zoofari preview. If you don't get to come, that's kind of what it's about. If you do get to come, I hope you decide to go on Zoofari as well. Your Zoo Adventures team today, Steve was in front of the camera.
Megan's filming.
And we can't wait to see you again the third Wednesday of the month. Bye, y'all. Stay safe.